Hello, everybody. Welcome to GravityKit Live, our once-a-month call where we answer your questions, give a demonstration of our add-on of the month, and discuss what's new with GravityKit. I'm Zack Katz, founder of GravityKit.
Hey everybody, I'm Casey, the marketing coordinator here at GravityKit, and really happy to be back with another live show.
Yeah, and for those of you who are watching live, feel free to ask any questions, and we will address them during the call. So now's your opportunity to ask us anything you have in mind. And so, Casey, this isn't our normal time for doing GravityKit Live. Why is that?
Yeah, no, it's not, Zach. Well, we are actually, for once, both on the same time zone now. Both Zach and I attended WordCamp Asia in Taiwan, and Zach is still there in Taiwan, and I'm currently in the Philippines. So it's nice being on the same time zone, but we also thought this would be a good opportunity to do a European-friendly stream as well.
Yeah, and how was your WordCamp?
Yeah, fantastic. That's one of the things I wanted to actually mention at the beginning of the stream here. I'll go ahead and share my screen. WordCamp Asia happened in Taiwan, and both Zach and I attended. We had a really good time. I was able to attend some really interesting talks, and we were both able to meet a lot of interesting people. And I wanted to mention, if any of you haven't been to a WordCamp before, it's really something you should consider. They have these WordCamps all over the world, and essentially they're like informal meetups for the WordPress community. So, anybody from developers to regular WordPress enthusiasts can go, and it's a great opportunity to meet the people that build the tools that you use on a day-to-day basis. And you can also take an opportunity to actually kind of urge developers to build the features that you want to see in various plugins. We've had conversations with customers about that, and we've actually built some of those features into our tools as a result. So yeah, it's also a great way to meet new people in the community. The WordPress community is really friendly, and it's just a great experience. Zach, how was your WordCamp this year?
Yeah, I always love WordCamps, and I agree, Casey. It's a great opportunity to meet the people who make the software, and it's also a great opportunity to meet other people using WordPress. And
Yeah.
it really transformed how I saw WordPress when I went to my first WordCamp in Denver, because I realized, oh, this isn't just software; it's people. And we Gravity View, when we were called Gravity View, we had a song called WordPress is People, and it's true. We have a thriving developer community, marketing, designer, accessibility, translation. Like, there are so many people working so hard on making WordPress what it is. And if you have any local WordPress meetups, give it take a hour of your day if you're busy. Just head on down there, pop into a talk. It's really worth checking out. And WordCamp Asia was awesome, and the people organizing it did a great job. So if you have an opportunity to go to one of the bigger WordCamps, like WordCamp Asia, WordCamp US, WordCamp Europe is coming up, and the whole GravityKit team is going to be there, which I'm looking forward to. Come say hi, come check out. WordCamp's good.
Yeah, totally. So another thing I wanted to mention at the beginning of the stream here is that we are doing another swag giveaway. So we have this awesome merch store where you can get t-shirts and mugs and even some baby onesie swag. There's a lot of cool stuff. So if you're on the call or if you registered for the call, you will be entered into the giveaway for a chance to win a $25 gift card.
Yeah, and if you're watching live, enter a comment and we'll enter you in the giveaway, because we want you to be able to wear some awesome swag. And
Totally.
Casey, how can people stay up to date with what we do at GravityKit?
Yeah, so the best way to stay up to date is to join our newsletter. So we send out a weekly newsletter. It's packed full of like product updates, new features, everything you need to know about the GravityKit suite of plugins. And we also have some really helpful tips, tricks, new blogs that we post are in there. And yeah, it's a great way to stay up to date with everything that we're doing.
Oh, this is awesome. Ken Kramer, GravityKit power user, says, I got my GravityKit swag a couple weeks ago. Awesome. I believe Ken won last call's swag giveaway. So thanks, Ken. Doesn't mean you can't win more, Ken. You're entered again. So one of the cool things we've been talking about a bit, because it's really fun, is that we have started to promote our new initiative for WordPress Pet of the Year. And we all, whether we have a pet or we don't, see lots of cute doggos, lots of cute kitties, birds, reptiles, fish. We're surrounded by non-human friends that we love and adore. And so we want you to earn the right through a WordPress Pet of the Year contest to say, my pet is the WordPress Pet of the Year. And so go to wppetoftheyear.com and submit your own pet to be Pet of the Year. And we're currently building out a Gravity view where you can display and vote on WordPress Pet of the Year using Gravity Forms and Gravity View, because we're dog fooding WordPress Pet of the Year. Dog fooding is the phrase for using your own tools, not to kill the joke. But we already have some submissions coming in, which is awesome, including a good kitty called Weefy. Weefy is a calico cat, and she is very problematic because she only drinks water from anything but her water bowl, as is apparent from the current picture, where she's drinking from an inflatable pool. Weefy, that's not your water bowl. Don't drink that. And we also have a cute French bulldog named Blue, and Blue loves cuddling and toys, and he's very agile, as you can see, and he's also a troublemaker because he gets a treat bag down from the counter. So those are two great submissions for WordPress Pet of the Year. And do go to wppetoftheyear.com, submit your own pet, and share it, get votes. We're going to be having the view live soon, so you can have that voting happen. But get your pet in now, and we'll also potentially feature your pet on our print newsletter that's coming up soon, so you could have your pet formally recognized in our quarterly newsletter as well. So WordPress Pet of the Year, wppetoftheyear.com.
Yeah,
So
definitely. It's
we have Pets of
time
the
we
Year.
celebrated.
And
Yeah,
we also
please
have
go ahead.
add-ons of the month. Casey, what is our add-on of the month this month?
Yes. Our add-on of the month this month is GravityExport. So you can use the code EasyExport20 at checkout, and you'll get 20% off GravityExport.
Yeah, and so what we're going to be talking about this GravityKit Live is we're going to be going through some functionality of GravityExport that you may not know about. It's a really powerful plugin that doesn't only export Gravity Forms entries from your website. You could also attach entries to your emails, notifications as well, and some other cool stuff. So we're going to be walking through some of that functionality today.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking you through some of that functionality. But just one more time, GravityExport is our add-on of the month. So from now until the end of March, you can get 20% off with the code EasyExport20. Okay, awesome. So let me go ahead and adjust this. Okay, so I'm going to be going through a few new features that we've added to GravityExport recently, and one new feature that we haven't even released yet. So it's going to be pretty exciting to give you a preview of that. So GravityExport. First of all, what is GravityExport? Well, it's one of the plugins that we offer in our kit. And essentially, it's a tool for data sharing, analysis, and reporting in Gravity Forms. So you can export your data using this tool to a variety of formats. You can also send data to external storage, like your Dropbox, for example. And it's really good just for managing data, reporting, and even managing your uploaded files, as I'm going to show you. All right, so the first thing I want to go through here is how to, first of all, send data to an external storage place, and with that entry data, to actually send the files that have been uploaded with the entry. So let me just tell you what I mean by that. So if you have a form like this one here, and your form includes a file upload field, like we see here at the bottom, this allows users to attach files to their entries. And with GravityExport, you can actually send all of the entry data along with the uploaded files to a destination of your choice. So let me come back to the form here. I'm in the settings on the GravityExport feed tab. And the first thing I need to do is enable the download URL. So I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to touch anything here for now. I'm just simply going to save it. We'll come back to that. But in order to send our files along with a submission, we're going to create a new GravityExport save feed. So this allows us to send data to an external storage location. So I'm going to come here to GravityExport save and add new. I'm going to give it a title here. Put file backup. And because we're going to be sending files along with our entry data, we're going to go ahead and select single entry for the export type. Let me actually zoom in a little bit. Single entry. And now I can select the file type for the entry data. And in this case, we can select Excel, CSV, or PDF. In this case, I'm going to leave it as an Excel file. And then the next thing I need to do is choose the location where the data is going to be sent to. So I'm going to choose my Dropbox. All right, so the page will refresh. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a new checkbox appear here labeled copy all file upload fields with the exported entry. So by enabling that, that will ensure that all the files uploaded with the entry that the user uploaded, that will get exported along with the entry data itself. Okay, so I've checked that option. And there are some other options here. You can, for example, you can choose a path in your Dropbox, or you can add conditional logic here. But for now, I'm just going to click Save Settings. Okay, that's saved. So to show you how this works, I'm going to go back to the front end. Here is my form. I'm going to go ahead and add a new submission here. So let me fill this out. File. So for example, this could be a form where you're uploading documents. Maybe you want to back up those documents to your Dropbox. I'm going to choose the finance category, choose the dates, and the format is going to be PDF. So I'm going to upload my PDF document here, and you won't be able to see this because I'm just sharing my browser window. That is the document. Upload it. There we go. So as you can see, I've got my business invoice.pdf document there, and I'm going to submit the entry. So when I click submit, that GravityExport save feed that we just configured is going to run, and it's going to send that data to my Dropbox, including the file, the PDF file that I just uploaded. So here we are. Here is my Dropbox, and I'm going to go into my GravityExport folder. And here we go. As you can see, I've got two files. And the one on the left here is my PDF document, business invoice. and the one on the right is the entry data from the form that I just submitted.
Yeah, and one of the great things about GravityExport is it moves your data away from your WordPress site. So you don't always want to gather the data and have it on your WordPress site because you might not be sharing your WordPress site with specific people. But with Dropbox, you can upload it to a shared folder, and that shared document then becomes available to everybody who's connected to that folder. So that's a really powerful tool to create different workflows that aren't possible if you just have it on your WordPress website.
Totally. All right, awesome. So the next thing I want to go through here is how to attach PDF reports to email notifications. And I wanted to mention we do have this in-depth blog post on our website. It's called How to Create PDF Email Attachments in Gravity Forms. And it goes into this in depth, so you can always check this out if you need a reference. But I will go through an example here right now, live. So, all right, so let me go ahead and zoom this out a bit. Yeah, Zach, did you have something you wanted to mention?
Yeah, before we jump into the PDF attachment, I'd love to see what the export of the GravityExport link looks like as, if you go back to the save the document field that you just were demonstrating. If you go back to that form, we have not shown the basic GravityExport functionality where you have a link and it exports the document that's generated by GravityExport.
Yeah, well, the basic GravityExport functionality is that it generates a download URL here. And when you access that URL, it will download your entries in the format that you've specified, basically.
Yeah, so that allows people to easily get an export of all the entries or the entries that you've set up filters for, and export a subset of the entries even using our GravityExport filters feed, where you can share a publicly accessible link to quickly and easily allow people to download a CSV or an XLS or a PDF of your Gravity Forms entries. So that's not what we have demonstrated so far, but that's functionality that is baked into GravityExport, and GravityExport Lite has that functionality as well, without the filtering and without the Dropbox integration.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do with GravityExport, and I'll show some of that in the next demo here. So, all right, so we've got another form here, and it's actually a webinar registration form. I can go ahead and preview it here. You can see it's a basic registration form for people to sign up for webinars on our website. So what I want to do is I want to create a PDF export for each new registration and then attach that to an email notification that gets sent to the site's administrator. So once again, with GravityExport, we're going to come down to the GravityExport feed here. And all we need to do is click enable the download URL. And again, like Zach was mentioning, that is going to create a URL here that we can share with anyone who needs this data. But we also have the ability to attach the data to email notifications. So if I scroll down, I have the option to add a custom file name here if I want to, and I can also choose the file extension. So in this case, I'm going to use the PDF option. And then I'm going to come down, scroll down a bit further. And here is an option to attach a report to an email notification. So I'm going to go ahead and save this feed. And then I'm going to create the email notification, and then we'll come back and configure the rest of it. So if I go to settings, click on notifications, Gravity Forms allows you to create email notifications that get sent when your form is submitted. So there's a default admin notification here. I'm going to edit that. And you can see the event is form is submitted. So that will send an email every time there's a new entry. And you can configure a bunch of stuff here related to who the email gets sent to and the various fields here. So I can scroll down to the email subject line. I think that's fine. And then the message, the actual message of the email. So for example, we can write something like admin. Someone has registered for our webinar. See details attached. Thanks. Update the notification. Maybe I'll change the name. Registrant details, update again. Okay, so now we can come back to the GravityExport feed. And we have the download URL set up already. File extension is PDF. So we can scroll down here, attach single entry to notification. And we can go as edited, registrant details. And then again, we have a bunch of options here to configure the report. So we have the option to adjust the column position and the order. We can even split multiple rows or split list fields into multiple rows if we're using like a CSV or a spreadsheet format. And then we have some PDF export settings, which we're actually going to go through in the next demo. And then we have the ability to choose which fields are included in the report. So we can disable fields here and choose which fields are enabled, which is really helpful for creating customized reports. Great, so now I can save that. And once that feed is saved, I'm still able to share the data using this public URL. But now what's going to happen on top of that, every time a new entry is submitted, it's going to be attached to our email notification as a PDF document. Zach, did you have anything to add there?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to make it clear that this notification is set up for we have it sending it to everybody, but is it possible to filter out who it's sent to and have multiple notifications so you can have different data sent to different people?
Yeah, you could do that. You can use conditional logic, for example, in Gravity Forms notifications. That's something you can do. So you could have different notifications sent to the person who filled in the form versus the admin of the website, for example. You can really customize things depending on who needs what data.
Right. Yeah, and it's in this example of event registration. That's a great use case for different people getting different content. For example, the attendee might get a PDF, and the administrator might get a CSV of the submission details.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So I mentioned, I mentioned there was some PDF customization options, and this is quite exciting because just recently we've been working on some new styling options for PDFs generated with GravityExport. And this hasn't actually been released yet, so this is a bit of a preview of what's to come very soon. But yeah, so when you're on the feed page here and the feed settings, if you select the PDF option for your report, you can scroll down here and you can see there's a box here, PDF export settings. and you get a bunch of options for kind of customizing your PDF files, which is really nice. So the first thing, you can just change the page orientation, portrait or landscape. You can change the page size, letter or A4 options here. You can choose whether to show the title, so it'll show your form title. And you can select if you want to show that, and if so, if you want to show it on just the first page or all pages, for example, or every other page. Then you have the option to show the page number, and you can actually use merge tags here to show the page number how you want it to be displayed. So there's like this merge tag here, which will be replaced by the current page number. And you can also use this NB tag here, which will be the total number of pages. So for example, you could have like this merge tag of the current page, and then you could say of, so like page 1 of 5, for example, that might be. All right, and then we have this new option here to use colors. So this is really neat for kind of changing the look and feel of your PDFs, making them a little bit more customized. So for example, we can open this drop down here. We have the option to use colors for all rows or for odd/even rows.
That's not showing, Casey. Can you can you select the different options so we can see
Yes.
those? Yeah.
Yeah, so we can show colors for all rows, or if I select odd/even rows, we have this option here. So essentially you can adjust the header color here, and then you have the choice between, you can adjust the primary and secondary colors. So that allows you to have a different color for odd and even rows in your export file. And let me go ahead and actually update some of these colors so we can see what that might look like. Can you see the color picker here, Zach?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, okay, that's a pity.
It's a nice color picker. It's a good color picker.
It is, yeah. So for example, if I change that to red, now you can see that the text color changes. So once you click on the color itself, you can there's a color picker here, and you can choose the exact color that you want. So let me go ahead and adjust some of these. Primary color, no, that's okay. Secondary color. Let's go ahead and make that a sort of a grayish color. And we've got the header color here, which is kind of a purpley blue. Okay, so once again, like I mentioned before, you also have the ability to enable and disable fields if you want to customize what data is displayed in your report. And you can do that quite easily by just dragging and dropping fields from the enabled column to the disabled column, or vice versa. Okay, so let me go ahead and save this. And I'm going to export a report and see what it looks like, but I'm going to have to change the sharing options in a second to actually, so everybody will be able to see what that looks like. Okay, so I've downloaded the report, and I'm going to open it. And
you might be able to
I'm
open
going to
it
go
in your
ahead
browser.
and, yeah, very good idea. Okay, let's open that. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so it looks really nice.
Great.
Everything's nice and uniform. We've got a nice clear header column here, and then we've got different colors for each of the even and odd rows. And our data is really nicely displayed.
Cool. And we can rearrange those columns using the interface, right?
Yeah. So you can rearrange columns. You can remove columns from the report. You can add other columns. You have full control, essentially, over what data is included in your report.
Cool. And if you're a developer, there's also developer hooks that you can tap into all this stuff and customize the output. As with all of our plugins, it's extremely customizable. And if you're missing a hook as a developer, let us know and we will consider adding one for you. I don't know that we've ever said no to a hook. We're big on hooks in GravityKit.
Yeah, and just a reminder, this PDF styling, some of these options already exist. The colors, we haven't released it yet. So this is brand new, but it's coming very, very soon.
Cool. Well, thanks for showing us that, Casey. And one of the things that is also new is that I noticed when you were demonstrating is the secret attribute of our shortcode. And I thought maybe we could talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Please, Zach, take it away.
Yeah. So if you zoom in there, Casey, on the embed shortcode part of the page. Oh, actually, zoom back out. There's a new secret attribute in our shortcode. And the reason it's there is for security. So that you can make extra sure that the only person who has the ability to embed a shortcode are people who have the ability to see this page, the GravityExport configuration page. So that is rolling out to GravityExport. It's rolled out to Gravity Calendar. It's rolling out in Gravity View 2.21, which we just released today or yesterday. I'm not sure what time zone it is for people, but we rolled that out in Gravity View as well. And this is enhanced security. It doesn't apply to existing feeds. It only applies to new feeds. So it won't break anything if you have an existing GravityExport shortcode or block embedded on your page. But if you are creating a new feed, you'll see this secret parameter, and that's what that is. It's just a little bit of extra security sauce. You don't have to worry about it if you don't want to. But if people don't have that secret attribute, then your shortcode will not render if you have enabled it on your GravityExport feed. So that's some additional security to GravityKit products, and we have rolled it out to multiple of our plugins, and we're going to keep on rolling that out to additional plugins as well. So you can see there's a new checkbox that says secure shortcodes, and enable secure embed shortcode. That is, again, off by default for existing feeds. So you don't have to worry about this breaking anything on your existing sites. But if you want to add extra security, you would need to enable that and then replace the shortcodes on your website, wherever they are. And that would be a per feed setting. So you can enable that feed by feed and not have it apply to every feed that you have. But yeah, it's just a little bit of extra security brought to you by GravityKit. Cool. So
Yeah,
Casey,
awesome.
we have some Q&A items that that I'd love to get to if we have the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
First Q&A item: where do I submit my cute pet? I have a really cute pet. I want that pet to get global recognition. The answer is wppetoftheyear.com. That's where you submit your cute pet. All right, Casey. In terms of real questions, please go ahead.
Yeah, so we have a few GravityExport related questions. Let me go ahead and pull one up here. So how many Gravity forms will it export from? All right, so it's a good question. You can essentially create multiple feeds, export feeds for each of your forms in Gravity Forms. So you can have multiple exports per form. You could have an export where you're sending data to a PDF and sending it to your website admin, for example, or the end user. You could have another report that's a CSV file that's sending to somebody else. So you can have multiple exports per form. And something else you can do with GravityExport is actually export multiple form export data from multiple forms into a single Excel workbook, where each form's data will be in a new sheet. So that's something you can do, and I can quickly show you how you would do that. So
Yeah, that sounds like really cool
out a bit.
functionality.
Yeah, very cool functionality. I feel like there might be people out there who use GravityExport who don't even know about this, so it's worth mentioning. So here I am in my on the forms page in Gravity Forms, and here are all the forms I have set up. So to do this, you can just select the forms that you want to holding the entries that you want to export, and then you come here to this drop down and just select this option right at the bottom, download as one file. So once you select that and click apply, that will download all of those forms entries into a single Excel file, and each form's data will be in a new sheet in that single file.
Yeah, we need to better expose that functionality because it's really cool, and that's the bulk actions dropdown is the only place that we currently talk about that as a functionality.
Yeah, and it's taking a while here because I have a form with a few hundred entries. So apparently, I didn't like that too much.
This is on our demo site, so please make sure that your site is properly provisioned.
Yeah, it didn't like me downloading there, but yeah, that's how the functionality works. Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's in the light version as well.
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and so one of the things that we kind of talked about a little bit, but just wanted to reiterate, regarding the question, how many forms will export from? You can have multiple feeds configured to save files into Dropbox, for example, into different directories of Dropbox with different configurations, all using the same data source. So if you wanted to have one export with a PDF that goes for registrants, so that you have a file for each person that you open up and print out during like to get ready for an event, for example, you can do that. Or you can update a CSV with a list of all registrants in a different folder that's shared with administrators. That's possible as well. So you can really narrowly focus for the data exports and configure them to your heart's extent.
Yeah, totally. So one more question here. Does GravityExport integrate with other software such as QuickBooks? No, there's no integration with QuickBooks or other third-party platforms like that. But as I did demo before, you can send data to Dropbox. You can also send data to any external server that's running FTP, and any location on your local server too. So it's a great way to kind of get data out of your database and get it to where you need it to go.
Yeah, and for QuickBooks integration, for things like that, if there's not an integration that Gravity Forms has, and you want to connect it with something else, check out the Zapier add-on that Gravity Forms offers. That Zapier integration goes pretty much anywhere on the web. So you can always send, on submission of a form, you can have that data sent anywhere you want. So there's always a way to do things like that. Even if GravityKit doesn't offer it, Gravity Forms integration with Zapier often is a good solution there. We have a question coming in from the wings. Our developer, Duca, asks, if you store entries in Dropbox, will it add any uploaded files for the entries too? Yes, Duca. Being the person who developed this wonderful functionality, we are grateful to say that the answer is yes. Duca, you can choose to have the uploaded files also stored in Dropbox, which is super convenient.
Awesome. So another question here. Can you schedule reports? So this is a question that people frequently ask. Yes, you can. It might take a little bit of work from your side, but on the GravityExport save feed, if I bring it up here, so if I go to GravityExport save, let's create a save feed. So you have the option here to trigger the feed on every new entry, or you can actually set this to a manual trigger. And if you use that option, let me go ahead and actually just select storage type here and go ahead and save the feed. If you select the manual trigger, you can see now there's a public trigger URL here. So by calling this URL, it will trigger the feed to run. So you could use something like a cron job, for example, to trigger that URL on a set schedule, and that will essentially export your data on a fixed schedule that you choose.
Yeah, and if that's too complicated for you, we are all good friends here at the Gravity Forms ecosystem. We also recommend the entry automation tool by Cosmic Giant. This is an add-on that is wonderful for automating tasks like that. So they have entry exporting as well. So feel free to check them out. That might be a better fit for you if you don't want to set up a cron job and don't know what a cron job is. That might be a better option for you.
Yeah, and that's a really fantastic add-on, so definitely check it out if you are in need of that kind of functionality.
And if you don't know Cosmic Giant, they used to be called For Gravity, but Cosmic Giant is a pretty great name, so I applaud them changing their name. Cool. Well, I think that's the questions that we have. If you have any more questions, please ask while we give a little giveaway of GravityKit swag. So while y'all were leaving some comments, I was adding your names to a random wheel picker, and I'm going to spin the wheel live and see who won the GravityKit swag gift card. I'm going to share my screen.
This is my favorite part of the stream, Zach.
Oh yeah, well we can do this more often. We can do it for the which questions to ask first. All right, let's see who's gonna win, and it's Andy. Andy, congratulations! You have won a $25 gift card. Please, actually, Andy, we'll reach out to you on Facebook, and we will figure out how to get in touch with you and share that swag card with you. So thanks for asking your question or saying hi on the GravityKit live stream on Facebook.
Yeah, awesome. Congrats, Andy. Here's our swag store. We're gonna send you a gift card. You can go in here and yeah, choose whatever you like, t-shirt, long sleeve. We've got hoodies here. We've got a bunch of cool GravityKit swag that we are excited to give away.
And Andy's happy to receive it. Awesome, thanks guys. Well, thank you, Andy. All right, well, Casey, we are currently broadcasting from Casey time. There's a time zone called the Casey time zone. It's based on the Casey base in Antarctica. So this is our first and it might be our last broadcast from the Casey time zone. We'll see. But thank you for showing everybody around GravityExport, and thanks for being great.
Yeah, well, thank you to everyone that tuned in. We really enjoy doing these live broadcasts. We are doing them every month. So we'll be, if you're subscribed to our newsletter, which you should be, we'll be sending out information on the next live broadcast soon, so you can register for that.
Yeah, we've got really cool things that we just released in Gravity View 2.21 that we're going to be sharing more about in our maybe in our next call. I'm not sure, but we're looking forward to doing our next GravityKit live with you, everybody. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good day. Bye.